Hi there. My name is Anton Vidokle, and Nathan Thompson specifically asked me to speak about Time Bank. It's a new project that we started at eFlux last month. This is going to be more of a show and tell rather than a theoretical sort of presentation. So yes, maybe I should start. Time Bank is a new project we've been developing for over a year with Julieta Aranda, my frequent collaborator. On a practical level, Time Bank is a platform. How come the movie is not on the video? Can you just start it? Or do I have to press a button? Here we go. Of course, yes. On a practical level, Time Bank is a platform where artists, curators, writers, and other people in our field can exchange time and skills, help each other get things done without using money. In a more idealistic way, the Time Bank can become a place where certain types of actions and ideas that seem to have no value in our market-driven society can gain a sense of worth. Our intention is to gradually develop Time Bank into a platform where the art community can develop an alternative economy through a network that connects unmet needs with untapped resources. Time Bank is not barter. Barter economies have been in operation throughout history, but the idea of using time as a unit of exchange appeared shortly after the Industrial Revolution. This is not coincidental because what industrial labor brought was the valuing of labor in terms of time measurements. In a real sense, regulated time was invented by industrialism. The origin of time banking and time-based currency can be traced both to the American anarchist Josiah Warren, who ran the Cincinnati Time Store from 1827 to 1830, and to the British industrialist and philanthropist Robert Owen, who founded the utopian community New Harmony, where money was banned. While both systems are based on the principle of mutualism and the labor theory of value, Josiah Warren's currency was explicitly pegged to time as labor, so that, for example, 8 hours of labor on shoemaking were equivalent to 100 pounds of corn. Robert Owen's currency didn't impose labor as a direct translation of time's worth, but simply bore an inscription referring to the value of 10 hours, or whatever denomination the notes were. There have been many instances of alternative economies and currencies during the past century, most notably the not gold, or emergency money that appeared in Germany after the hyperinflation of 1923, which not gold literally means not money. Not gold was unofficial money and was issued by cities, boroughs, and even private companies when there was a shortage of official coins and bills. It was more stable than real money since its denominations were often pegged to material goods such as gold, corn, meat, and so forth. Not gold was designed to be rather beautiful visually so that people would collect the bills rather than immediately spending them, and then the debt would never have to be paid. It was printed on all kinds of materials: leather, fabric, porcelain, silk, and tinfoil. Since it was not legal tender, the only people who used it were those who wanted to. The first successful contemporary time bank was started by Paul Glover in Ithaca, New York in 1991. Following his idea, people started exchanging time, which led to the creation of a time-based currency, the Ithaca Hours, that local businesses started to accept and that is still in circulation today. Time banking and service exchange have since developed into a full-fledged movement, usually centered around local communities. Our time bank is modeled after the existing time bank, but attempts to implement this economic structure on an international scale. Most time banks are local because they're based on trust between people who know each other, neighbors, friends, etc. It's difficult to develop this into a broader structure. However, Julieta and I noticed that there is something a little bit unusual about the artistic community, a certain trust between many of the people in our field that often surpasses geographic, ethnic, religious, or class boundaries. Something like a solidarity that exists despite the competitive nature of the art field in general. Julieta and I felt that we could work with this as basis for an international time bank. We launched the time bank about 3 weeks ago, and so far there are approximately 600 people from all parts of the world who opened accounts and started exchanging time and helping each other. Most of them are from within the field of art, but this is not an exclusive requirement or a rule. There are also some members who are lawyers, computer programmers, educators, activists, and so forth. Time Bank at Efflux allows individuals to request, offer, and pay for services and goods in hours. This is done through online listings on the Time Bank website, where members post requests or offers. To start using this platform, it is necessary to open an account, which can be done online. When a bank member performs a task, he or she earns credit hours that may be used to obtain help or commodities, banked for use at a later date, or donated for various collective projects. The currency issued by our Time Bank is designed by Lawrence Weiner and will be available next month in numbered denominations of half hour, 1 hour, 6, 12, and 24 hours. The currency can be obtained by cashing in the time credits earned by doing things for others in the bank, or by trading commodities for time. Next month, we plan to open a time store at our project space on Essex Street, where Time Bank members will be able to use time currency they earned to purchase a range of commodities, books, clothes, food, art, electronics, and so forth. So, for example, a writer from LA who enjoys showing the city to visitors from out of town could do this for a couple of hours for visiting artists who need a guide in LA, and then he could use the hours that he earned by doing this to get some books at a time store in New York. Eventually, we hope to convince institutions and businesses to start accepting our currency as payment, so that Time Bank economy could enter larger economic structure. Quite a few members of the Time Bank would like to open a branch in the cities that they live in, and we're now discussing collectively how to facilitate this. We hope that this self-organized constellation of local branches would start taking form very soon. Through Time Bank, we seek to develop an immaterial currency and a parallel microeconomy for the cultural community, an economy that is not geographically bound and which can help to create a sense of worth for many of the exchanges that already take place within our field, especially those that often end up falling outside of the sanctioned structure that can validate them as productive or profitable, because they don't produce commodities, be they material or immaterial. So I'm actually finished with my talk. Somehow the system, it gave me 8 minutes rather than 7 minutes. Maybe the only thing that I could add to this, yes, do I win the prize? So yeah, any of you can join Time Bank. It's online. You can access it by going to Efflux and just typing in Time Bank at the end of the URL. So yeah, you should check it out. Thank you.